Take two on wiring a foil. We're taking our blade and we're locking it into the vise. Excuse me. With the groove side towards us, we're taking our thread lock and putting a drop on the threads, the end of the foil, and letting that set. Taking the top end of the barrel and feeding our wire into the barrel so it comes out the other end, and we're going to pull the wire but not all the way through. So we've got a couple of inches of wire. Here's our contact. I'm going to feed the wire into the groove and tighten the barrel down. Okay. Once it's tight, with my hand I'm going to take the adjustable crescent wrench and turn, making sure the wire is not crimped, until we get torque on the blade. There's a little resistance, and that's all I need. And then I'm going to feed the wire in till the cup gets into the top of the barrel. Just going to ease that in, and then use my screwdriver to push the wire in until it's set. Now we're going to take the wire and run it down the length of the blade, keeping a light tension on it. Don't give it a harsh tug, that would break it, but keep enough tension so the wire stays down in that groove. Once we're in, come down to the threaded part of the tang and we start wrapping the wire around. So we're going to use the different glue for this job. For the different glue, the Cementit, this is a slower acting glue than the Zap CA glue. This glue sets within 30 seconds. This glue sets within 24 hours. And just like the other one, I'm going to take this and bend it. I'm going to use the table to help me anchor it. There. And change the angle. Okay, so we've got the length of the blade. I'm going to need a little paper towel, but hopefully not too much. So we're taking the glue, and I'm going to just start by putting a thin bead of glue over the top. I'm going to make sure that thin bead runs down the entire length of the blade. Don't overdo it. Make sure there are no breaks in your coverage. So right now what you will see is a little bit of glue on top of the wire, and you want to make sure it's over the groove. If you're deviating, you can always push it back in. Little gaps there. So if I can fix it, I'll wipe the nozzle and tighten it down. And here you can use the top of the cover just to push that in. I usually use a paper towel to clean up the mess on the side. So I'm just pushing that glue in. The other way you can do it is just to take your pinky and run it over the top with that paper towel coming down the side. And that usually does it for me. Again, trying to make sure you don't go to the base of the tang. Go within quarter inch, half to quarter inch before you hit the tang, and then this has to set for 24 hours. So unlike the Zap CA, which would set within a few minutes, this has to stay overnight. And depending upon which thing you feel better about, when you're starting your own repair work, I would recommend the slower acting glue, because if you make mistakes, you can do something to correct it. You can clean up where you missed. It's easier to look down the blade to see where you might have gaps, and it's not going to run out and get into your barrel and gum everything up. When you feel more confident with it, then I would recommend going with the faster acting glue, just because it you'll know where things are going to go and how fast you have to work with it. We'll put together a weapon next.